Thank you, and Mazal Tov to everybody. I don't know how many people were at breakfast this morning were delayed in getting their coffee. If it was the case, it's because the waiters and the waitresses were all taking selfies with Dovi Frances, who we just elected to our Board of Governors. Dovi is literally a household name in Israel, not just because of his socks, because he's always got really good socks on, he's going to show you them in a second, but because he really is a celeb of our times, and more importantly than being a celeb, he's also a BGU alum who has done incredible things globally since leaving BGU, and hopefully thanks to BGU. But a number of years ago, Danny and Tal and others got to know Dovi and said, we need to mobilize our alum. We know how incredibly good we are and how incredibly successful we are. We need you to tell the story. And Dovi immediately rose to the challenge, actually self-solicited, which is pretty good. It's a lesson to all of us. And we're so proud to have Dovi part of our team. Please, Dovi.
All right. These are all very tough acts to follow, so I'll do my luck. I'll try my luck. I've been in Israel for a couple of weeks now, so my English has deteriorated. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished members of the Board of Governors. It feels as if only yesterday I was running from one building to another, rushing to yet another economics class at the Kreitman Center. As if only yesterday I was roaming back and forth between the Zlotovsky Student Center and the Cummings Plaza, hoping to catch a glimpse of Shiran, a beautiful contemporary art student I was very much in love with. Today, almost 20 years following my graduation, I stand before you as the newest and youngest Israeli-born member to join this esteemed group, hoping to give back half as much as Ben-Gurion has given me throughout the years. It is a humbling privilege to address all of you at this annual event, surrounded by individuals whose generosity has played a vital role in shaping the future of Ben-Gurion University. The time has come for us to take a swift action, so allow me to put pleasantries aside and cut to the chase. Today, we will speak truth with one another. This cannot be and will not be one of those, polite speeches that none of you will remember the moment my time here on stage is up. These are challenging times globally. Almost 2 decades of uninterrupted growth, supported by record low interest rates, have come to a screeching halt. The predictable world we lived in is now a chaotic place, where the world population in most countries is declining rapidly, impeding economic growth, where globalization has ended, and where an unstable climate sends shocks around global supply chains, impacting all global enterprises and our lives here on this planet. We ought to fear not. When there is an illness, there is also a cure in plain sight, as we've learned through COVID. The advent of science and technology through revolutionary inventions like CRISPR, quantum computing, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and AI allows all of us to solve many of these challenges our society now faces. If you think we have 5 to 10 years to contemplate how to incorporate artificial intelligence into our syllabus, you're being overly optimistic. We have about 3 years before we'll be considered laggards and our programs obsolete. We now have not only the responsibility to give back, but also the tools to turn Ben-Gurion into a world-leading institution, incorporating the studies and the usage of artificial intelligence into most of our facilities. May I also propose that we rush to launch an AI program attracting the brightest minds in our nation. They say Torah will come from Zion. I say Torah will go forth from Ben-Gurion University. I've outlined why now, but why us and why Ben-Gurion? In Peter Thiel's book, From Zero to One, which I recommend you reading, he discusses the question he likes to present during job interviews, trying to gauge candidates' original thinking. The question is, get ready, what important truth do very people agree with you on? I'll repeat. What important truth do very few people agree with you on? May I share mine with you? They always say, you get what you give. They are absolutely wrong. Through supporting education in this particular institution, you get 20,000 times more than you give. Every year, 20,000 students and the countless lives alumni like myself touch throughout our distinguished careers. The family name inscribed on the signage at the entrance to each of your buildings and libraries may fade with the passage of time, but your pure intent will remain there forever through the souls that went through each building and cathedral. My truth is, while we are all mortal, paving way for others to be successful through the best education one can obtain is as eternal as time itself. Giving is not an easy task. Surely many of you are at risk of becoming desensitized to the countless asks for donations and contributions. My friends, allow me to make this clear. I was not asked to donate. I have asked to give back. I consider it my responsibility, my true calling, and one of the mere few actions I can take in this life to influence the course of life of others at mass scale. To conclude, we barely said a word about Israel and about Zionism. Like realtors, we always talk about the amenities and the beautiful features, but we never talk about the strength of the foundation of the building, which we all seem to take for granted. So I will conclude this speech by a quote from our namesake, David Ben-Gurion. A homeland is not bought with money, is not won by the sword. It is to be earned by the sweat of your face, as they say in English. These times call for this Board of Governors to unite around the notion, to further advancing our innovative and technological competitive edge. We better get to work. The clock is now ticking faster, exponentially faster. Thank you for your time.